Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here for the continuation of the lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we are on lesson 61. We've just completed the first review as of yesterday. And as I said, we're on 61 today. So today's lesson is, I am the light of the world. And it says, who is the light of the world except God's sons? And let's remember that God's sons are all of us. This then is merely a statement of the truth about yourself. It is the opposite of a statement of pride, of arrogance, or of self-deception. It does not describe the self-concept that you made, that is your personality or identity. It does not refer to any of the characteristics with which you have endowed your idols, the idols of the world. It refers to you as you were created by God. It simply states the truth. Now, to the ego, today's idea is the epitome of self-glorification. The ego will say, I am the light of the world. But the ego does not understand humility, mistaking it for the self-debasement. I'll say it again, mistaking it for the self-debasement. Humility consists of accepting your role in salvation and in taking on no other role. It is not humility to insist you cannot be the light of the world if that is the function God assigned to you. For example, just to say, well, how can I be the light of the world? It is only arrogance that would assert this function cannot be for you. And arrogance is always of the ego. Arrogance is based in insecurity. Now, true humility requires that you accept today's idea because it is God's voice which tells you it's true. It is a beginning step in accepting, I'm going to say it again, this is the beginning step in accepting your real function on earth. It is a giant stride toward taking your rightful place in salvation. It is a positive assertion of your rightful place in, it's a positive assertion of your right to be saved and an acknowledgement of the power that is given you to save others. Once you save yourself, you are saving the world. It's not necessarily that we're out there to save the world, but it's first, salvation starts over here. You'll want to think about this idea as often as possible today. It is the perfect answer to all illusions and therefore to all temptation. It brings all the images you have made about yourself to the truth and helps you to depart in peace, unburdened, and certain of your purpose. It says here, as many practice periods as possible should be undertaken today, although each one need not exceed more than a minute or two. And they should begin with telling yourself, I am the light of the world. This is my only function. That is why I am here. Then think about these statements for a short while, preferably with your eyes closed, if the situation permits. Let a few related thoughts come to you and repeat the idea to yourself. If your mind wanders away from the from the central thought. So be sure both to begin and end the day with a practice period. Thus, you will awaken with an acknowledgement of the truth about yourself. Reinforce it throughout the day, and then turn to sleep as you reaffirm your function and your only purpose here. These two practice periods may be longer than the rest. If you find them helpful and want to extend them. Today's idea goes far beyond the ego's petty views of what you are and what your purpose is. As a bringer of salvation, this is obviously necessary. And it says here, this is the first of a number of giant steps we will take in the next few weeks. Try today to begin to build a firm foundation for these advances. You are the light of the world. God has built his plan for salvation of his son on you. So just to summarize, the lesson and some of the thoughts on this lesson is, again, the lesson is, I am the light of the world. And the light of the world is God's one son. We're all one. The truth in everyone is the light of the world. And we're all the same light. Our separate identities are nothing. We make them mean everything, but they are nothing. They are only the barriers to remembering our true identity. They get in the way, these separate identities. And as we focus our mind on that one son, we loosen the bonds of false ideas that blind us to the truth of our oneness. Our only true function, as it says in this lesson again, is to remember the truth. That is why we are here. And there's nothing more important than this, the truth that we are the light of the world. There is no individual I. The light is all inclusive in remembering our unity, our oneness, in remembering that everyone is still as God created each and every one of us. It's in remembering the truth that we accept our real function here on earth. So light and love are synonymous. Synonymous. I didn't say that quite well. I think you get my point. Our function is to extend love. And to do this, it is to be expressions of love. We have to let go of the barriers to love. And remember, the strength of God remains in us. It is through his strength that we fulfill on our true function. So today, be open to every opportunity, to offer love and nothing else. To see the innocence and to see nothing else but the innocence. To see your brother, your sister, your coworker, your boss as one with you, sharing the light of the world. And again, it's going to take some consistent effort to do so, but it is doable. Since love is who we truly are, how can we help not expressing and extending love? Yet when the ego gets caught up in the body, in our identity or our false self, you notice in those moments that that you may seem to be disturbed, you might seem to be unhappy, and you become disillusioned so easily with these feelings of discontent or dissatisfaction and being out of peace when you're focusing on the body, on the five senses, on the competitiveness of having to always be doing better. That if I have have more money, or if I have a bigger house, and there's nothing wrong with having any of that. But if that is what is driving you, then in fact, that is what, is not your true self. That is not totally coming from love. So again, these feelings at these times, this discontentment and this dissatisfaction, or feeling stressed out, you're feeling out of your peace. These are times, these feelings are a major clue for you to to check in, to know which thought system that you're choosing at that time. It's not the thought system of love, it's not the thought system of God, and it's not coming from true humility. True humility for sure. So today, practice throughout the day telling yourself, as the lesson suggests, I am the light of the world. And, take notice when you, again, are caught up in the ego thought system, and you're caught up in feeling out of your peace. And it says, as you, think about this idea as often as possible during the day, says there in paragraph 4 that it is the perfect answer to all illusions, and therefore to all temptation. And it brings all the images that you have made about yourself to the truth, and helps you to depart in peace, unburdened, and certain of your purpose. Again, remember, I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I am here. All right. That's lesson 61. Thank you for being here. And I want to acknowledge you again for continuing to take on these lessons of A Course in Miracles, and practicing these lessons to the best of your ability. And again, I just reassure you to have faith and trust that if some of it is still not truly coming together for you, just know that your willingness to practice these lessons will open up your mind, open up your heart, and will bring more and more peace to you in your life. So go forward today and remember to tell yourself, I am the light of the world. I look forward to being with you in the next video, and we will then do lesson 62. I was just making sure I had the right lesson 62 already. Have a wonderful day, and bye for now.